Hey guys, Dave and Cali again. Man, what's happening? People are becoming aware of their constitutional rights. They're actually getting and becoming bold, putting people on notice, going down to the school boards, going down to their local council meetings, state and local things, putting people on notice that, hey, we are the ones who tell you how to govern. So anyway, another school board, you gotta check this out. Listen to these people when it comes to mask mandates and kids not being able to go to school.
I'd like to begin by telling Mr. Bowman thank you. He's absolutely on point. Most meetings begin with an invocation and Pledge of Allegiance. I would hope that all of our classes do in Flagler County. I'm a chairman of St. Augustine Tea Party. I came down here after seeing Mr. Bowman's son on the internet. I guess this video is gaining traction, got some teeth to it. It's pretty disgusting. When you say that Pledge of Allegiance, you give a pledge to liberty and justice. Liberty is defined as the state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authorities on one's way of life, behavior, or political views. And justice is fair and reasonable, the quality of being impartial, and moral righteousness based on ethics. What happened to his son is disgusting. I watched the video. They pull him out of school and send him out because somebody that he may have come in contact with may have had COVID. So why are you all here? Because somebody y'all may have come in contact with may have COVID. How do you know? You don't even have to prove it before you snatch these kids out of school. We had a teacher come up here and said, missing 3 days of school is detriment to your child's education. And you send this young man out of school for 4 days because he may have come in contact with somebody that may have had COVID? And then you have a law enforcement officer standing on the sidewalk outside of the school telling her that there's nothing he can do about it? Constitutionally sworn officers of Flagler County for the Flagler County education system? Let me enlighten y'all on something called the Nuremberg Code of 1947. The Nuremberg Code, that's US, the US and Soviets, for trying permanent members of the Nazi Party. The reason for the Nuremberg Code was that the Nazis were doing medical experiments on people that were unjust. I'm sure you all know about that, okay? These vaccines aren't FDA approved, so why is your school board telling these children that they can come back if they get vaccinated when, number one, they're not FDA approved, and number two, the vaccinations apparently aren't working. You're stacking people up in the hospitals with it. Let me read a little bit of the Nuremberg Code for you. This is section 1. The voluntary consent of human subject is absolutely essential. It's essential. The duty and responsibility for ascertaining the quality of the consent rests upon each individual who initiates, directs, or engages in the experiment. It is a personal duty and responsibility which may not be delegated to another with impunity. So you're telling me that you're going to push a vaccination onto a child and tell him he can't come back to school unless he has it? What if something bad happens to him? What if something bad happens to him? You are not impugned for prosecution for killing a kid with a vaccine that's not FDA approved. It's your responsibility to make sure that these kids are okay. It's not your responsibility to tell these parents what to do with their children. You need to be teaching critical thinking. Critical thinking, how to think, not what to think.
Give him hell, Bubba. Woo! The thing of it is you guys are the elected officials. You guys are the ones we elect. And when we elected you, we didn't think that you were just going to go give up power to another entity or give up your authority to the health department to a radical leftist named Bob Snyder, okay? And have him calling the shots for 15,000 kids and a whole community. He's done enough damage on this community. Now, I was going to stop with calling for the principal's resignation here tonight, but now after sitting here listening to Colleen Conklin, you should step down, ma'am, because your ideology has clouded your ability to be a working school board member.
So I know a lot about kids, I know a lot about family, I know a lot about school boards, I know a lot about school. I'm here in support of the lady whose kid was isolated. I hope there is criminal prosecution against that. I hope you school board take this personally and do something about it, because there's a group here tonight that we're going to stand with her. We'll do whatever we have to do. We're not afraid. And we think this is a serious thing that you guys have been bothering our kids. The school boards trying to dictate to them what they can and cannot do concerning their own health. Now let me explain something to you. You know what else science teaches you? Science teaches that an unborn child in the womb is not a child. It's just a bunch of cells that exist there. And that women have the right, the constitutional right, to kill that unborn child. That's murder in my book. And I think personally, and I've been preaching, I am a Baptist preacher, by the way, for over 40 years, I think that alone is cause for justified war. You get my drift? It's the CDC. And sadly to say, that's become America's educational system, and it's time that we do something about it. Pull your kids out, people. All my kids homeschool their children. Okay? Pull your kids out. Let's starve this beast called this public education. I have been finding these.
Wow, 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 powerful, boy. Hey, I want to take this time real quick to remind you that I have another channel. It's Dave in SoCal. So run over there and subscribe real quick so you're locked in. And if you haven't subscribed here, please subscribe and like, share, and tell me what you think down in the comments. I need more comments, guys, so that I can know that you guys are getting the message. Or, hey, if you're not interested, I'll change the subject. But these are things that I think are very, very important. So anyway, we'll see you on the next one.